Welcome to General Psychology course educational channel developed by Demarchi course chapter 2, which is sensation and perception, self-assessment questions, the types of item, multiple choice questions. Question number 1, if sensation is represent blank, perception represents A, vision, olfaction, B, hearing, taste, C, conscious, unconscious, D, reception, interpretation. Question number 2, sensory information is interpreted through the process of A, sensation, B, perception, C, translation, D, transduction. Question number 3, which of the following is not one of the primary tests of sensation? A, sweet, B, sour, C, bitter, D, spicy. Question number 4, which part of the eye controls the amount of light entering to our eyes? A, cornea, B, pupil, C, iris, D, retina. Question number 5, the olfactory receptor cells are located A, in tongue, B, in nose, C, in ears, D, in the skin. Question number 6, what is the name of the phenomenon where two different images are presented to each eye, resulting in the perception of depth? A, binocular rivalry, B, stereoposis, C, monocular depth cues, D, perceptual constancy. Question number 7, what is the term for the smallest change in the stimulation that can be detected 50% of the time? A, just noticeable difference, which is GND, B, absolute threshold, C, subliminal perception, D, signal detection. Question number 8, the process by which sensory receptors become less responsive to a constant stimulus is known as what? A, sensory adaptation, B, habituation, C, desensitization, D, perceptual constancy. Question number 9, what is the term for the ability to perceive the world in 3 dimensions? A, depth perception, B, visual acuity, C, binocular fusion, D, visual agnosia. Question number 10, which law states that the just noticeable difference or GND between two stimuli is directly proportional to the magnitude of the stimuli? A, Weber's law, B, Fitchner's law, C, Stevens-Power law, D, signal detection theory. Question number 11, Weber's law primarily deals with A, sensory adaptation, B, absolute threshold, C, just noticeable difference or GND, D, sensory processing speed. Question number 12, what is another term for just noticeable difference or GND? A, absolute threshold, B, difference adaptation, C, sensory differentiation, D, just noticeable discrepancy. Question number 13, when does a stimulus become strong enough to be detected by our sense organs? A, when it reaches the absolute threshold, B, when it exceeds the just noticeable difference or GND, C, when it surpasses the minimum threshold, D, when it reaches the maximum threshold. Question number 14. What does a just noticeable difference GND represent? A, the maximum intensity of a stimulus. B is the minimum intensity of a stimulus. C is the amount of change in a stimulus that makes it just noticeable difference. D, the threshold at which a stimulus becomes imperceptible. Question number 15. Which term refers to the amount of change in a stimulus that makes it just noticeable difference from what it was? A, absolute threshold. B, sensory adaptation. C, just noticeable difference. D, sublimational perception. According to question number 16, according to the Weber's law, the just noticeable difference GND between two stimuli is directly proportional with the magnitude of the stimuli, the logarithm of the stimuli, the square of the stimuli, and D, the cube root of the stimuli. Question number 17. What terms describes the process by which sensory receptors become less responsive to constant or unchangeable stimuli? A, sensory accommodation. B, sensory modulation. C, sensory adaptation. D, sensory integration. Question number 18. Which phenomena involves reduced sensitivity to a stimulus after prolonged exposure? A, sensory enhancement. B, sensory habituation. C, sensory attenuation. D, sensory adaptation. Question number 19. Sensory adaptation is best illustrated by which of the following scenarios? A person getting used to a loud noise in the background. B, a sudden, unexpected noise causing a startled response. C, rapidly detecting the presence of a faint smell upon entering a certain room. D, feeling pain immediately upon touching a hot object. Question number 20. Sensory adaptation is most closely associated with A, increased sensitivity to the stimuli. D, decreased sensitivity to the stimuli. C, enhanced perception of the stimuli. D, constant response to the stimuli. Question 21. Which term describes the tendency of sensory receptors to become less responsive to unchanging stimulus? A, sensory accommodation. B, sensory habituation. C, sensory adaptation. And the last one, D, sensory acuity. Thank you.